All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this session on Siloism to Holism. I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So, I'm Dr. Swati from Trainers Club, and after so long, we are conducting this session, I think almost after a month. And happy Teachers' Day to all of you, to all the educators. You all belong to some or the other field, I'm sure. And there are many people who joined from, as in Manish's friends. So, welcome to you as well, and those who joined from Trainers Club, to all of you. So as I said that after so long we are doing this after almost a month. So great to connect all of you on this day. That's a great day, Teachers' Day. So so thank you so much for taking out this time. So we have Mr. Manish today, Manish Kumar Agrawal. And his professional name is the Mindful Chef. So Manish, you have to explain me once I hand over it to you what that means actually. Mindful Chef, I think it's related to health. So I'm from naturopathy, so I will be interested to know. So he's a facilitator for learning and development, and his focus area is human relationship, universality and evolution, pursue harmony, peace, joy, and prosperity. Wow. So the purpose, his purpose is to inspire smiles and serving prosperity to the people. And he's based in Mohali, Chandigarh. Okay, great, Manish, good to know. So you are actually inspiring people, and that's why you are a motivational speaker. So handovering it to you, Manish, just a quick brief intro from your side, though you have given me a brief one which I have just said. So explain me Mindful Chef, and then we can go ahead with the session.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Swati. The mindful chef means the person who can prepare the food for the mind. Mind means the thoughts, the emotions, the reflections, the attitude, the paradigms. You can create the philosophy and the psychology of the mind. This is the way I see as the mindful chef.
Wow, and that's a different philosophy altogether.
Thank you so very much. And happy Teachers' Day to all the people. And this is an honor and a privilege for me to speak in front of all you people, the learner fraternity. मेरे पास कहने के लिए कुछ रहेगा जो कि आज टीचर्स डे के ओकेजन पे रहेगा. बहुत सारा कुछ हमें मालूम रहता है. There is nothing new into the Indian philosophy, but there is new to the how we see the things, because the things are coming from the many centuries and the many eras, but we miss somewhere something. I'll start with the presentation. Teachers Day, happy Teachers Day to all. Dr. Radhakrishnan, S. Radhakrishnan, amazing person, amazing personality. The journey starts like how I reached to the Dr. Radhakrishnan. Why the today's day? Is it a ritual? Is it a celebration as we celebrate the other days? I speak honestly, then it is no. It is more about my journey. Dr. Radhakrishnan, he studied into the missionary schools, the Christian schools, and into the Christianity he was being taught by A.G. Hogg. When the Hogg was teaching him, he was saying so many bad things about India, about Indianness and the Hindu philosophy. Being a Brahmin from the middle class, who learned many things about the Hinduism in his family, he was very unrest. The unrest we all see into our schooling also, till date. We have been taught about the Mughals, we have been taught about the Britishers, the invaders of different kind. Then we have been taught into the family and the society that we were having a glorious past. The past that everything given to the world is by us. The Sanskrit has given is the mother of every language. The rishis were the scientists and the saints. So many things we have heard. One thing has given us the hurt and the pain. The another is given a illusioned pride, the ego, because we were something, and we were always into the revengeful state, the state of the helplessness. We don't know what to do, how to do, when to do. When I entered to the Dr. Radhakrishnan's life, amazing life. A person who was having a George V chair into the Calcutta University. He was the founder, vice chancellor for the Andhra University. He was the second vice chairman person into the BHU after लोहिया जी. अगर आप देखिए मदन मोहन मालवीय जी ने BHU को बनाया और उसके बाद उनको अपने लिए सक्सेसर चाहिए था मालवीय जी को. तो जब अपने लिए सक्सेसर ढूंढ रहे थे, ही फाउंड्स डॉक्टर राधाकृष्णन. ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में 16 इयर्स उनकी चेयर बनी रही. यूनेस्को के चेयरपर्सन और प्रेसिडेंट रहे. टू टर्म्स उन्होंने वाइस प्रेसिडेंटशिप किया. वन टर्म उन्होंने प्रेसिडेंटशिप किया. He was a philosopher and a guide to the Mahatma Gandhi somewhere in some occasions also. He had given so many things to Pandit Nehru. How come a teacher like this? He was a beautiful bridge in between the nationalism and the British government also. The BHU बिल्कुल बंद होने पर आया when there was a chances into the 1942. The BHU can be closed. He was the person who has made the British government understand then the university has to be opened. He made them feel and understood the same. He was the person who was being waited by the Stalin. He was the person who was being waited by the Queen. And he was the person who has taught into the every good university all across the world. After Swami Vivekananda, if I see a person who has globalized the things of the Eastern philosophy, then he. But is it about Eastern philosophy today? It's no. How is the siloism? Siloism means from where we are standing, the people are into different communities. They have the religion, they have the caste, they have the economic, they have the profession, so many classes into the society, and they all are working into the siloism. The casteism is a siloism. The nepotism is a siloism. Whatever divides the human being, it is a siloism. Then who connects to it? It becomes to the holism. It is Tamsoma Jyotirgamaya. The Vedic says you have to go from the darkness to the light. You have to make yourself aware. You have to awaken yourself. It is a stream into the life. Tamsoma Jyotirgamaya. When I entered to this philosophy, I have read almost more than 100 books of one of the best philosophers and the trainers and the management people from the Western. There was something lacking somewhere inside me. It may be because of the way I have been schooled or the college, but something was missing. I came to a wonderful book to Dr. Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He has taken me to some books, some bibliography, some different books. And then one day when I was looking for the holism, I got Dr. Radhakrishnan's biography. I've gone through it. It's a beautiful thing which I'll share with you today. It is not about Eastern, it is not about Western. He was a Buddhist by the learn. He was a Christian by what he has learned from the school and the college. He was one of the best professors. He learned the Tao. He learned the Vedic philosophy. He was the preacher of the Upanishads. When it comes as a holism, how does it feel? Just see. I'll share a photograph with you. It will give you the serenity. This is a pure picture which creates a human being, a society. This is the symbol of a holism, and it is a serenity. It is a combination of a peace. It is a combination of a calm. This is a beautiful picture when I see. But what does it give us to me? Holism dega kya? What it comes? The serenity. Serenity will provide me the now. I'm empowered to work into the now. Or if I work into the now, I get the serenity. They are the vice versa. The holism, it can replace each other without disturbing the space of each other. It will give us the powers, the capabilities from the light, the enlightenment. When we are powerful, we are into serenity. It will give us resources. The body is a resource. Energy is a resource. Mind is a resource. Emotions are a resource. Relations are. Everything is coming out as a power to our life. When we are calm, we are composed, we are into serenity, they all work into our favor. Again, otherwise, they all work into against us. The next is the engagement. When we have resources, we have powers, we have energy, we cannot keep quiet. It's like a child. You give him a slippers, you give him a mud, you can give him a food, you can give anything to the person. He starts enjoying and working with the things. It keeps on engaging into a productive thing. There is an outcome. When we learn so much without outcome, we start losing our confidence in the trust what we learn. This is the way we have reduced our capacity for our Vedas also, Upanishads also. because we have learned them from the temples only, from the religious places only, where they say the materialistic thing is nothing. They miss something in between. I'll cover it today because it is coming from the Hebrew Bible. It is coming from the Tao. It is coming from the Buddhism. It is coming from the ancient Greek. They all speak into the same language, but you have to travel something far away. Somewhere you have to travel 400 years ago when we talk about the Sikhism. You have to travel somewhere 2,500 or 700 years before when you have to go for the pre-Socratic period. And you have to travel thousands of years. You have to learn about the Vedic and the Upanishad. They all speak the same language. The engagement keeps the outcome, and then you have the relation with yourself, relation with other people. And it makes your life meaningful. Every word is into the meaningful. This is the holism. Let me allow to take this holism from this picture of the beautiful students and the youngsters, the children. Just imagine this is the holism. I'm just giving you an example. And now look at the next picture, observe from here. Now, this is what we see as a siloism. It speaks about me, I, identity, the form, the action. It is coming from the I. Then to this I, there is another I. This also boy coming from the siloism, the I. We are saying you to each other. हम आप एक दूसरे को तुम कह रहे हैं. This is you, this is you, this is you. And I am saying I to myself. But there is no difference because I am listening you, I am saying you, I am listening, I am saying I. And when they come together, it can be a bigger I or it can become a we. But is it a holism? I find it as a siloism. It is like that the trainers, the Dr. Swati was doing something else, I was doing somewhere else, and we come together to a platform, still we are the trainers. There is a South Indian, there is a East Indian, there is a North Indian. At the end of the day, we all are the Indian. But are we the complete world? It is a siloism again. From this siloism, there is another person who is coming from the another part. And then another time, we are becoming we. But is it a holism? I believe it is not. We are becoming Asians. We are becoming Easterns. There is no holism again. Then what is the holism again? From the bigger picture, the two pictures when coming together, they all are looking at each other differently. This is also into the siloism. When they all come together, this is called the holism. When we don't defend each other, when we don't offend each other, we don't question on the identity of somebody else. Somebody has learned 400 years before, somebody has learned 1,000 years before. How does it matter? What we do today is a part of the matter. It matters a lot. Holism. When I travel, where is the difference? Then the science becomes the differentiator in everything into the life. Science is the differentiator. It has divided the people into the different forms. This is how. Because into the Western world, before 1500, the science was not taken as a part. And then it was work against the religion, against the church. They have started offended against the science up to the Newton. So science becomes the part of the divider. It is the base of the division. Let's we understand the science, how it divides the people, how it is a narrow. Because whatever is narrow, it can divide. And whatever divides, it becomes narrow. The wheel is coming as a part of the evolution of the human beings also. But what gives the science from here? The first thing which God give it is a form. Science jab bhi baat karegi, whenever science speaks about it, speaks about a form. When there is nothing form, they say it is a mystic. Intuition is a mystic. Consciousness is a mystic. But still, for form, when it comes into the conduct, it becomes a science form. And the next part, they say identify, then they name something. So many names, so many languages. Something one day or another way we are telling to each other. This is the identity. A child born, he's a human being. Then we give him a religion. Then we give him a name. It's good because we need to speak something. And then we come out with the action expression. Whatever it says, whatever it does, whatever the person is doing, we make it an expression. Or an expression becomes the identity of the person. They all form, become the science. Just imagine, just reflect. What is the science more than this? What is the science more than this? If you can reply anybody, what is the common into all these three? Can you tell me the form, identity, and action, that wheels, the different types of the wheels? What is the common in this wheel? The one thing which is coming is a pen, and this pen is a consciousness.
The core?
The core, absolutely. The core. Core is the base of the thing. This is the common thing into everything. Absolutely. This is the core, the consciousness. And now if you go to the Brihad Aranya Upanishad or any other Upanishad or a Ved, or into the Hebrew Bible also, the Tao also, they speak about this. And when it comes, they are combination. What is the equation of the world then? The science is lacking from the consciousness. Form, identity, and action. When they come together with the consciousness, they become the holism. And now this holism speaks like this, the Guru Granth Sahib. This is a symbol of a holism. Why I say about the Guru Granth Sahib as a symbol of a holism? Because when it was being created, all the bhakt, all the people who are the philosophers and the guides of the gurus of the world, they have been taken into one way. The Christianity was not introduced to this part of the world. There was the Islam and there was the Hinduism, the Sanatan philosophy, the Buddhism. They have taken all the bhakts, all the people who are the philosophers of the life into a one book. They have not distinguished who is Hindu or who is Islam or who is Muslim. Even the Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, he has fought with the Islam all across his life. Still, he has not removed the pages of the Islam or the Sufi sons from there. This is the combination of a holism. For the holism, you have to sacrifice something, your identity. If you want to be a tree, you have to remove your identity of a seed. If you want to be a Hindu, you cannot be a human. If you want to be an Indian, you cannot be a human. You cannot be a universal. आप कहेंगे सर ये तो बहुत सारी speech is an inspiration. Believe me, from where I am taking it to the last, you'll see total passages coming from there only. It doesn't mean that individuality doesn't matter. It matters a lot. It gives you the base of your life, but it shall not divide you. I'll take it further from here. What is the holism? The human life is coming with the pursuits. When I move into the Western world, into the philosophies also, then I get this as a pursuits, as the purusharth, the motivation factors, the Maslow's need hierarchy. The people work on the physiological need and safety needs all across the life. This makes them the entrepreneur. This is the part of the greed. This is a part of the, you are hoarding something. Because tomorrow you may not get the same thing. Then you get the relations, the resources, the belongingness, then the self-esteem, the identity, and the last is where you are looking for the righteousness. When I move it into the Western philosophy, to Eastern philosophy, how did I get it? How did I get it? It is beautifully. The first thing is the righteousness, the dharma, the top of the actualization, the self-actualization, the dharma. It comes from the righteousness. The conduct should be the right. The act should be the right. The pursuit should be the right. So what would it give? When you think about the righteousness, it will give you the belonging, the earth, the resources. When you use these earth, the righteousness, then you get your desires. The third form, that is the desire. When I move into the book, The Think and Grow Rich, he started from the burning desire. The third part, the third chapter, the third stage of the ladder. If you miss both the two things which we have written before, you won't get the third thing. There is a crisis then. We'll study it again into another 2-3 minutes. And the last is the detachment. As I have told, if you have not detached yourself from the school, you may not have entered into the college. If you have not detached what you have learned yesterday, you may not have detached toward the new things learned into the college or the universities. If you don't detach what you have learned as a beginner, you won't get into the bigger part. You are detached. So these are the 4 things which we move. And the science is coming out. The science is lacking into the detachment. They may somewhere think about the righteousness. They are thinking about the resources. They are coming out with the desire, but they are lacking somewhere into the moksha. So what is the righteousness? Righteousness gives you the base of the life, and this is the consciousness. When the 7 habits, it says, because this is one of the most important books which I have read. When I read into the Die Empty, he speaks about righteousness. When I read about into the drive, instinctive, heuristic motivation, it speaks about the right. When you do the right, you have not to prove yourself. When you do the right, you're not looking for the confidence. When you do the right, you have not to engage the people. When you are doing the right, you have not to supervise the people because they are doing by themselves. It is coming into a flow. Because it is giving them the resources, it is giving them the belongingness to complete the desires of an individual, desires of a community. And the last one is the moksha. Then attach yourself. Then detach yourself. When you detach yourself from all these things, then you can grow into the life. The Swadharma. Before I move into the Swadharma, if somebody has any question, you are requested to ask. Because from the pursuits to the Swadharma, it is more important to understand.
If you can just add some example, Manish, over here on the last slide, then I think this will help many of us to understand. Though, you know, many are, all are mature, but still, you know, the examples always help.
Yeah, absolutely, ma'am. The reason is the expression is very less into the Eastern philosophy because they say you have to experience the righteousness. When we speak about the humanity, it is the righteousness. Another thing is when I come into the last of the slides, I'll speak about them again into a detail. I'll give the examples also of all these things. Let me come out into the 5-7 minutes to that slide also. Is it okay with the things, ma'am?
No, it's okay with me, like, because there is no question from anyone. So I thought, okay, so you're covering it, right? Yeah.
Right, I'm covering it. So dharma. So dharma is what I have to do because righteousness, it is a swadharma. So dharma, it is a domain and the trait. मैं क्या करता हूँ? This is more important. I'll talk about the Western philosophy. It is about the disc philosophy. This says dominions. This is the trait of a person, influence, what he person does, consciousness and the steadiness. This is the domain, the Karam Kshetra, the Gyan Kshetra and the Lakshan of the things. How does we come about it? We have written some traits of the person also. Then we say, when a person has these things, he become a dominions. When a person do a law practice, he become a lawyer. When a person cooks better, then he learns better, he's into the... Please, Debendu sir, aap puchiye, please. Ask your question.
Yeah, Manish ji, the DISC.
Yeah.
It seems that something with DISC profiling.
Yeah, absolutely, sir.
Yeah. So,
thank you, sir.
How is it connected? Please explain me that.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. Sir, I'm just share you a theory of a disc. It is more about a trait. It is about, as you have said, the domain of the person. I'm giving you how the Western philosophy has given a theory. I'm giving you an example of a theory. As the ma'am said, there's examples will be learned. Domain. How does it comes as a domain? When we give about the traits of a person, sir, if somewhere I am wrong, you are requested to complete it or improve me there, correct me there. The consciousness, when a person is analytical, reserved, precise, private, and systematic, they say, then we say that this is the person is working from the consciousness. Then we take them ki ye kahan pe use hona chahiye, where we can use that person, where he can be successful. The same with the steadiness, influence, and the dominance also. This is just an example. You can have so many theories. The person has given the 24 types of the characters also into the positive psychology. How many type of the people are there into the world? I'm just giving how it works. Please, Debendu sir, again. From here.
Absolutely yes. Fine, sir. Absolutely fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you,
sir.
I'm saying how the Eastern philosophy is also covering the same way in their philosophy, almost many centuries before. They have connected the person. The first is a Brahmin. They have given the domains and the traits. It is not from the birth. Birth make it casteism. What we see as a nepotism today is a new phase of the casteism of the old philosophy. When a person says, I am a trader, he is becoming a trade professional. He is also coming into the community. When the people become into the community, they start having the same traits. The Brahmin was not from the caste. It is not from the birth. It is from what he eats, what he dresses, what he does, how he speaks. It is the conduct, the Brahmin. how the Eastern and Western philosophies are coming together as a similar thing. It is the categorization, nothing more than that. But because we have not learned like this, we are failed to explain this into the Western and the universal world. I've seen how many people are successful into the Western world. Swami Vivekananda, I've told you, Dr. Radhakrishnan. Into the present scenario, if you go into the, you will get the Robin Sharma, you can get the Devidat Patnaik, a new champ which is coming with the Gita. If you say so many people are successful into the foreign philosophy, why? Foreign land, because they know what is about themselves. When the Western is coming, they speak about themselves. I am not creating an identity. I'm saying how we can contribute to them. We are listening from the Western philosophies. We are learning from there, and just we are sharing the same thing to them. If you want to work into the India only or the Asian countries, I feel that there must be some relevance for only Western philosophies, only. Because when you speak about these things, the people will say, this is what we know for the centuries. But do we practice? This is more important. Do we understand? The Brahmin. And the next he says the Vaishya, Kshatriya. Then we speak about the Vaishya. And then he speaks about the Shudra. This is more about the food. This is more about the habits. This is more about the conduct. He says, if you don't want to learn, if you don't want to raise, and if you can help somebody to do something, be the Shudra. If you don't want to come out of the country, from your comfort zone, be the Shudra. I'll share the 3 stories here from. One story is coming from the Hebrew Bible, where 2 farmers were working all together differently into siloism. One day they meet into one place. He says, what do you do? He says, I do the farming, I do the cattle, I do the shipping and everything. This is what I do by myself. Then he said, what do you do? He says, I'm doing the same very things. He says, are you enjoying it? He says, no, I'm not enjoying the farming. Then another, he says, no, I'm not enjoying the cattle work. The other person says, cattle, they are my friends. I speak to them. I love them. And another person says, the fields are my charms. He says, let me do something. You take the fields and I'll take the cattle. You understand from where the specialization is coming? The Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, they are the specializations. They are the one way you have to be specialized. Then the another day, the cattle person, he met another farm. He was doing the cattling. He was doing the farming. Then the 3 comes together. He says, I don't like the farm. He says, give it to him. He can do the farming good. He says, what would you do? He says, I'm into the cattle. He says, I am also into the cattle. He says, what do you like most into the cattle? He says, I like the sheep. I like the sheep at the most. He says, I like the cows at the most. He says, you take my cows, I take your sheep. One has started with the sheep working, another with the cow, another with the farming, and they are contributing to the life of each other. It is becoming a holism, from the siloism to holism. We are not doing everything. We are specialized somewhere, sometime. And this is the same kind of the philosophy given by the Pandit Nehru also.
Manishji, I have a question here.
Please, sir.
Manishji, the question is, we understand that that casteism came from the conduct.
Yeah.
Okay. Now my question is somebody's liking is related to his competency?
No, not at all at present, sir. This is what we have to change, because this is the way it happened. It becomes a ritual. It becomes a superstition. It is now a black spot into our society.
Correct. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. I'm just taking the theory of the evolution so that as a learner, as a facilitator, we shall understand how we can contribute to the life of the people. We should not be mimicking the things. We should not carry something from somewhere and give it as to the people without understanding the philosophy.
Awesome, sir. Awesome.
Into the book Getting Better, Into Getting Better. A wonderful book written by the Chandramauli. He says, don't ask the replies. Think about how the reply comes. Getting better into getting better. When you ask the theories, when everything is into the half knowledge is dangerous. Thank you so very much. Taken as it is. So Pandit Nehru says, he asked, how do you believe, how does the king's will, the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra comes into the society? He said there was a time when there was no farming, no agriculture. Then one day the people have started into the agriculture. Then they have something from their efforts. And now they have the greed to protect that. Everybody was failure into protecting that. So they have given all their agriculture, all their harvest, all their crop to a person who was senior most into the society. When one person has given it to him, another person also have shared everything to him. Then he was the custodian of everybody. One night, the custodian started sleepless nights because he unable to sleep. So many material was lying with him. Then he says to every farmer that I have your product, but I need some people to guard it at the evening. He says, you employ some guards. Then they have employed the people as a guard. And they have started sharing the things with them. It comes like this only, and when one generation passed to another, another to another, another to another, another to another, nobody knows whose farms were there. The people who was holding everything were there, were the custodians. They become the kings, the kshatriya, to protect the things. And who was telling them how to do the things become the Brahmins. This is the way he creates the story. He says this is the story of the evolution, a human psychology. If you go about it, this is the way everywhere it is becoming. Now you have the society for the doctors, you have the society for the engineers, you have the society for everybody. We become the Sakh, we become somebody else also. Now this is becoming, when it comes from the caste, when it comes from the birth, it is negative. The nepotism is negative, the casteism is the negative. How we can take it further? We can just imagine we have the roles. This is what has written by the 7 habits also. We have the role. This is what our philosophy also writes. We have the role. This is the role of a lady. She's a working lady. She's a mother. The dharma, the righteousness. The righteousness says that you have to come out of what they all are doing. We have to understand what I have to do as a mother. Being a mother, your work cannot be lesser or more if your son or your daughter is not listening you. You have to stay as a mother. I have to stay as a father. You have to stay as a husband. You have to stay as a wife. A teacher, you have to teach only the people if they are not learning. There was nobody into the Dr. Radhakrishnan's life who has not listened him, who has not understood him. There were some conflicts into his life also because he was working. Then there is something who is a disciple also, and the same person is a teacher also. They are the different roles what we do. And these roles define who we are. It is not about our gender. It is not about our religion. It is not about our caste. It is not about anything else. But we do as a role. And this role is called the Swadharma. Mera dharma kya hai? The Gita says, by living your Swadharma, you can reach to the detachment or the end of the death and the birth. You are coming out of the cycle. And this is what is told with everything, everybody, every time. If it wouldn't happen, if detachment won't be there, why did the Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, they have created a lobby of billionaires. They have created a society or a community of billionaires who are depositing their money or share their money through that lobby. And they are doing good for the society because they know that detachment is the last and the first thing to create the more prosperity. If you don't detach your learning, what you have learned today, what you were doing yesterday, you cannot create new things into your life. Now, what are the stages given into the learning? What is the stages of your roles? Brahmacharya is the first stage. This is the stage of a learning where you have to learn. You have to learn better. You have to learn into the principles. You have to learn into the roots of the things. Today, I read a book. Tomorrow, I create a session on it. How it could be possible? A book which is written into the 25 years. The Napoleon Hill says, I have written this book into 30 years. Please go about it into 12 years, minimum 12 times. 12 बार इस book को पढ़ लीजिए. The Gladwell says, if you are doing something into the 10,000 hours, you are becoming a master of it. Just imagine what we can do from today. Into the next 10 years, we can be the master of doing it by doing it 3 hours a day. It is not very far away. Learning is the first stage of everything. Then the grihastha, it becomes the practice. What you have learned now, practice. If you want to be the saint, then practice. If you don't want to be a grihastha, if you want to be a sannyas only, then practice what you have learned as a brahmacharya. But you have to start from the brahmacharya only. When the universe becomes, it comes from a egg only. The Bruce Lipton says, the one another theory, a beautiful theory of the specialization. The Bruce Lipton Dr. Bruce Lipton, he has worked all across the life into the biology of cell. He says there was a single cell organism into the world. Then this single cell organization meet another single cell organization or organism. They become a dual. Then it becomes a complex. Then some of the cells have the capacity to purify. They become a kidney for us. Just imagine, it is a community into our body, which has the strength to purify the things, to purify the blood. There is something which can think better, that goes into the mind. There is something which can dilute or digest everything, they come into the intestine. These are the single cells becoming a community, and this is a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. You can create and you can name anything, because science has a name, identity, and a form. This is the only reason that we become past, because we have to go into the consciousness where there is no form. The pin of the wheel which make it rotate, that is a consciousness. It is inside us. From the Grihastha, it moves to the Vanprastha, where we start the teaching. We all are into the Vanprastha, but ask yourself, are we really a Vanprastha? Because either way, we have either not learned or not practiced. I'm not saying everything you have to practice by yourself, but you can have to go, if you are reading one book, go back to the bibliography, go back and learn few books from there, so that you can understand from where it is created, from where it comes, where it get the source, from where it getting a power. Into my school time, I have a story of a rat who was just having a jump into the 6 feet. A Brahmin came. He says the rat cannot jump into a 6 feet. There must be some power energy lying there. Go back. When they have broken the wall, there were the gold coins lying there. He says this is the energy which was making him jump into the 6 feet. Just imagine. It is a symbolic. There must be some energy, some power which makes we learn. And the next part, very important, is the sannyas, the detachment, unlearn. We speak about unlearn, but do we unlearn? To unlearn, we have to remove our passion to it. We have to remove our insecurity and greed to what we have. We have to share, we have to contribute. And the next it comes, how would you do it? Intent and the content of the learning, the Western and the Eastern philosophy, they all are coming into the same stage. The first part is very, very important. That is the culture and the philosophy of the things. If you don't learn about the culture or the philosophy of the things, we are lying somewhere else. This is the purpose of everything. Somebody says, start with the why. Start with the why. You can have the how, you can have the what, but if you are not starting with the why, you are missing something into your life. You miss the sense of achievement, you miss the sense of fulfillment, you miss the happiness to travel this journey. That is the power. The next is the curriculum, the structure. When you have the purpose, you have the culture, you have the philosophy, now you have to make it into a structure. This is where the science is master of doing it. The Western has done a beautiful structuring. Into the autobiography of the yogi, he writes, Yogananda Paramahansa says, if you want to have the philosophy, come to the Eastern world. If you want to have the desire, then go into the Western world. It is a combination, it is a holism. You have to learn the structuring from the Western world, how much they learn, how much they practice, how much they study, how much they experiment. Create a beautiful structure. Either you have to take the structure as it is, or you have to create the structure. For taking also, you have to do something below it. You have to go deeper into it. And what is the next? It is coming the desire, the kama. And what is the desire? The goals. We are teaching every time. The goals. This is the third stage. This is the last stage. And this is the result. And Gita says, if you go to the result, there would be an imbalance into the society. The results make you a Duryodhana. Into the life also, the COVID which is coming, it is a part of the result. Somebody was telling me, sir, the economy is into the disaster. And just imagine, into the next 10 years, what we have expanded to create an ecology, the global warming. Have we expanded or downfall the economy by that very amount? We have not expanded that amount yet. And after 10 years also, after expending so much amount, can we able to get what we get today? What are the results we are getting? The arms and ammunitions. Because the reason is there is something lacking. How does it work? the structure comes the reversal. Instead of the culture and the philosophy first, instead of the purpose of the first, it comes the desire and the result first. From the desire, it becomes the curriculum now. We are looking at the people who have completed their desire, the role modeling. The NLP says role modeling. The people who have started with the idealism. I'm not saying that idealism is galat. It's wrong. We have so many Rama, Krishna, and every god and goddesses. What is this? We have created ideal. We say what they have do, you have to do. When you do, you'll get. The brand trustees say all across the life. So the desire is coming from the curriculum then. Only desire has created. What he says, if you want to have the same result, have the same structure. What is the purpose? The purpose can be the different. If you are eating the food, you may be eating for the taste. And maybe eating for the health. Huge difference, huge difference. But when my purpose is different, what we can do with the things? My money is a different. Individualism is very important. If we can develop ourselves as an individual, we can create the communities. Because individualism is important to becoming a strengthen. It is the pillar of the society. All across the Vedism, all across the Eastern philosophy, we say, be strong, have the reasons. It is amazing thing happened. And where is the purpose? Purpose is missing somewhere. The Mahabharata is coming. What we have done? But it came the center, desire center. Desire center jab honge, what are the side effects? The side effects will be shortcuts. We will take the shortcuts because we want to reach. We want to achieve their NLP purely depending upon it. There is a desire. They see what is their Eastern philosophy. The Tao says you have to be there. If you name it, you are living it. The next part is the imbalance. We have created the imbalance by becoming a result-oriented, the goal-oriented, the crush, the creativity. I'm just single-focused. I'm not understanding the environment there. Unethical behavior. We are coming out of the corruption because we have something on a lesser mode. Fear and insecurity, because when we are unethical, we don't have the creativity. We need some outsider to give something to us. We create the insecurity and fear in ourselves because we are result oriented. We are result focused. Result has to be there. It is an outcome. It may be desired, it may not be desired. When it is not desired, we'll change it. We have so many again options. Short-term thinking. We are just looking for a period about our life. But what about the next generation? The person says, there's a COVID to the economy. I'm coming about the same example. I said, believe me, you are paying the cost of your children. If you not have paid this economy for the COVID, your children would have paid for the water, they had paid for the oxygen, they have paid for the food, the higher prices. It may be the low economy today, but it is bound to rise back tomorrow. It may be a period of 6 months or a year. But are we ready to come back to that society, that thing? It is the instinctive motivation which works. Before they have treated us as an animal into the mass production. Then they have communicated as a greed person, the stick and carrot philosophy given by the F.W. Taylor. Just imagine what happened into the India. We have started losing our roots into the 1100 or 1200 BC, AD. When the invaders come to our place, till today, into the last 800-900 years, we don't have our structure, we don't have our philosophy, don't have our curriculums. The Britishers were better than us. When they have created a legal history, they have read the Vedic. I'm not saying to read and don't disobey the Western philosophy. I'm saying read them. That's the simplest thing. I read the Hebrew Bible. It's amazing thing written there. There are the steps by the Rabbi, which takes me, you can be a prosper. When I come back into the society, it says austerity, it says service. What comes the next? From the desire, we become the, then we become the, because the results are not giving the right things. So many learned people come as a scientific theories. They started with their curriculums now. We have so many theories. Somebody was saying into the stick and carrot theory first. Then he says, now we have to come into the emotional intelligence. Now they are saying the leadership, just imagine into the leadership theories into last 40-50 years, how many theories they have changed by the same person only. They are giving a new theory every 5 or 10 years or 20 years period. Why it is happening? Because the reason is, from the result we become to the curriculum centric now. How we can change the things, how we can engage the people. So many trainings we are doing the employee engagement, but can they engage? I can motivate the people who have the motive into the life, but the people who don't have the motive, they are just surviving. How can you create a motivation? Then the motivation has to be a daily need. What we are contributing, we are just earning out of it. I take a birth, I do my responsibility and die without contributing and creating a better world. I have not lived, I have not taken the birth, I have not died, because it is non-existence at all. What does it gives us to? The effect of these things, the curriculum, it gives the hollowness. We know something, we don't know a lot many things. We are not ready to say, sir, please, agar if you don't get the benefit, it would be a free. He says, if they say it is free, then how would we get the money? We are not having the trust on the people. It creates the illusions. It creates the conflicts. Who has given the first theory? Pythagoras by them or Pythagoras by us? It was a Sushruta who is given the surgery, or somebody else has given the surgery. It was the Talus who has given the kind of microphones, or it is somebody else. We have so many people into the world. Why to conflict? What is the purpose of conflict? By getting the identity, am I becoming that? Because the reason is there is a conflict of the ego. I said my people were like this, but am I representing them? When I say I am reading the 7 habits, I am a fan of it. Am I living the 7 habits? Because end of the day, what I live, people will speak about the same way. When I say I am a follower of a Gita, whatever I do, people will say this is what the Gita taught. Are we really reflecting on it? Are we really representing our ancestors? Are we reflecting on it? Are we really representing our rishis and munis? Distrust. It creates the distrust. Because person says he's saying something and doing something. It is not happening. Into the children also, then it becomes the VUCA, the new terminology given by the Americans. Into the 1987, given by the army. Now everybody is taken into the management. Volatility is a life. Volatility is the life. The maturity is to manage the volatility. But when the volatility is more than everything, then it's becoming a destruction. Then movement into the world happens. We have static buildings, we have static land, we have static something. But when there is an earthquake, the only sky is static, then there is a destruction. The destruction shall not be like the floods. The destruction shall not be like the earthquakes. Then the volatility means destructive. It gives you uncertainty. When they both things coming together, they makes it complex. It is not complex at all. You have to move on to the righteousness. You get your curriculum and your result and outcome bound to come. When I'm eating a right food, how does health to health? My immune system is strong. Into the last 1 century, just believe what happened. In 1916, there was a one pandemic, and the same kind of the pandemic comes into the 2020, 2019. About 100 years ago, what we have developed nothing. We are using the same measures, we are doing something, everything same. It means we have not developed. And into these 100 years, we have hundreds of different illnesses also. And every time when it comes, we start working on it. We create a curriculum, then we have the vaccination. How many vaccinations we are coming out into the 10 years? When our grandfather or somebody will have, I'm not against the vaccination, but I'm saying, is it coming from the philosophy, immune system? If it is not getting the strength of the immune system, it has the side effects. Then it becomes the ambiguity. The VUCA is coming from all these things. What is the right approach? The right approach is the culture and the philosophy. The purpose shall be the first. This shall be designed through a beautiful structures and the curriculums. You'll get the desired results and the outcomes. When we are into the culture centric, when we teach with the culture centricity, what we'll have? The 7 habits have changed the world. The people are saying the secret has changed the lives of the people. Absolutely correct, because they are into the same philosophy, the mantras. From where does the affirmations come? From where does the gratitude comes? The philosophy and the culture, the purpose. Whenever something is coming from the philosophy and the culture, they speak about the same language. The Secret have done the wonderful things into the lives of the people because it says the affirmations, it says the right words. What we are doing into the prayer into the morning, what we are reciting as the Chalisa, what we are reciting as the prayer, what we are reciting as the Aarti, this is all the good words coming to our life in the morning. We say we have done something good. The effect is serenity. The effect is harmony. The effect is balance. The effect is success. These are the default mode, the happiness and the relations, and the last, which is the top into the thing, that is the ananda, the joy, the bliss. How does it come? What are the tools to make it done? Let me come out with what are the basis of getting it done. There are two basic. One is the achar, the conduct, the base of everything. You have to be conducted into your achar. You have to be humble. You have to be polite. You have to listen. You have to be empathic. Everything is coming from the conduct, and then is the thought, the base of the power. And this power is the power of the secret also. So many things are coming into the same thing. And how would it get it done? I'm giving you so many ideas, so many things. Somewhere it may be missing a story or something. Why I'm making it like this only? Because I knew so many things are known by everybody. Wherever there is a question, I'm open to answer your question, to give an example also. But I need to complete it into 1 hour or 1 hour, 10 minutes, whatever we have. So I'm completing the things, how everything is into the structure, the Swadharma. Swadharma is coming from the Purushartha. Purushartha is coming from the consciousness. And now it is coming into the next part, the Achar and the Vichar. What is the Achar and the Vichar? The conduct and the thought. It says about the Satya, the truth. When the truth is coming, has no other word. It is as it is. Then it becomes the tap, the austerity, what you are sacrificing for the other. If you are sitting into on the laptop or the mobile phone at this time, you are into a tapa. You are coming out of your comfort zone. You are giving something to yourself so that you can share it with the world. When my wife, my mother are preparing the food into the kitchen, they are into the tapa. When my children are studying sitting at home, they are working on a mobile phone or a laptop for 3-4 hours. It is a tapa. Tapa doesn't mean you have to go into the forest or you have to jump something. Tapa means whatever you are giving to your body and the mind to come out of the comfort zone, to reach what you have to reach, the righteousness. And it comes from the divine, the pavitrata, the thought, the mind, the integrity. It is the divine. We have to cleanse in the morning. Can you believe by the Pepsodent, when the Pepsodent first came to the American, just go about it, 10% of the Americans were doing the toothbrush. I was amazing to read it into the power of habit. He's right that the people were not having the toothbrush habit into the America till 2000, but till World War I. Imagine what we are doing. And the Pavitra, which is we are saying, now what we are using. The people who have created an industry almost 100 years ago, now they are dominating the world. Why? Because the reason is we lost some philosophy there, we lost some structure there. We are using the structure of other people because the reason is into the 800 years, we lost some structuring. Learn from the Westerns, I'm saying. It is not about they are the different world. We have to become the holism. How would it come? If I say I learned something from there, does it make something bad to our ancestors? No, not at all. This is humility. Whatever coming from whatever resource, be there, pavitrata. And the last is the dan. Share everything, service. Because when you serve, when you add value to the other people's life, you are getting what you want into your life. As a trainer, as a facilitator, when we allow the person to be what they want to be, to achieve what they want to achieve, I'm getting myself there. I'm getting my identity. I'm getting my desire fulfilled. So Dan and the service are the most. Hebrew says the same thing. If you add the value, Dr. Kalam says the same thing. You have to add the value. And the value you are adding to the society, you are adding to the other people's life, the value is reciprocated to you. You'll get the same value. It is nowhere else. You have to get it back. Because you are giving it to the nature and you are getting from them. What are the challenges now? Because nature doesn't come without a challenge. The first challenge is the Virudhabhas. There are so many things which you feel this is good, this is bad, this is good, this is bad. Come out of every good and bad, every paradox. They can coexist. Western and Eastern can coexist. South Indian or North Indian can coexist. Hindi and Tamil can coexist. I was just learning about the Gurumukhi, the Guru Granth Sahib Ji. I have spoken before. It comes from the Langa. Langa comes from the Sharda. It's a script. The Gurumukhi into the 1600 is a part and an evolution of a language which is called the Langa. And Langa is coming from the Sharda, the Kashmiri language. And the Sharda coming from the Sanskrit, the Indo-Aryan civilization. When I go into the Iran, the same thing is happening. When I go to the Greek, same thing is happening. Where is the fight? When they say Greek learned from the us, then there is a fight. How can not we say the coexistence? The Greek were developing there and the Vedas were developing here. What the Guru Nanak Dev Ji was doing into the north, Shivaji was doing into the south. Why not we coexist the things as it is? They were the guerrilla war everywhere. It was a side. We are not working on we are always into, this is right. If it is right, there must be something wrong also. Why we have to be into the relativity always? So it is not transforming us. I have told you that from the 1916 to the COVID-19, we have not changed ourselves. Transformation means what is not returning, what cannot be returning without a death. Death is a transformation. When you change yourself daily, you are leaving or killing or dying into the old past daily. To have a new birth, you have to die. Transform. The seed is into the potato. It is a transformation for a farmer. The potato to a vegetable, it is a transformation for my family, my person who is working in the kitchen. And from the potato to the food what I eat, my body is becoming a transformation to me. You cannot create a potato to again a seed. You have not to do something. A lot many things. It happened by yourself. You say, sir, the farming is a difficult thing. Kitchen is a difficult thing. Eating is also a difficult thing. No doubt about it. The person who has the tooth pain, they can understand it. Effort doesn't mean that you have to create something. You have not to do something. You have to seed. You have to nurture your farm. It will grow by itself. It is the amazing thing happening into the life. The transformation. Are we transforming today from yesterday by ourselves? If we are not transforming, how can we transform the other people tomorrow? We don't have the trust on it. Then there is a hollowness. People say, if we don't like our program, I say, please get your money back. Pay after it. And if you are not trustworthy, you are hollow. I have to check why this kind of the person came to my life. It means something what I have done. Lord Buddha says one time, Lord Buddha, when he was a Siddhartha, he became the Buddha. Becoming into the sannyasi, he was roaming into his territory. He was begging for the food. Then one a lady, a mistress, who was looking him as a prince, as a king, with his belongingness. It doesn't suit his attire to her. When he was saying, Bhikshan Dehi, she spit in it. Hook diya. The Buddha returned as it is. After a few years, Buddha returned after being a Buddha into his own territory again. The same lady was sitting outside the city. The disciple says, sir, she's the same lady. Buddha says, oh, great lady, a gracious lady, what sin I have done, because of which I have you into this form, into this situation. This is the compassion. If I see bad thing into my life, this is my sin. It is not that sin. If I'm seeing the pain, it is about me. It is not about them. If wrong people are coming into my life, it is about me. It is not about them. Golden rule into the life. It says, the Bible says, do unto others as you would have to unto you. जो आपको खुद के लिए चाहिए वैसा व्यवहार दूसरों से कीजिए ना. लोग कहते हैं सर मुश्किल है. That this is the next thing which comes. Reap what you sow. Whatever is harvest today, it is a sowing of yesterday. If it is coming to your life, accept it with the gratitude. Gratitude is the antidote of everything. When you start gratifying into today, you can live tomorrow with what you want into your life. It is the righteousness. On this basis, I have created a 4B theory also, which I taught to the different people into the different forms. But the core and the base of this theory is the same. The 4B theory says broaden your vision, the righteousness. Broaden your vision, the righteousness. It says bring the clarity, get your resources right. Know your resources, your energy, your intuition, your body, your time, your effort, your thought, your emotion. These all are the resources with you. Bring clarity to them. Then he says, build a structure, have the baby steps, create the baby step and the structure on it, and then be the journey, the detachment. You can be on the moksha. Because moksha doesn't mean the cyclic end, it is the detachment end. When I love about it, let's we explore to the things. We bring the serenity to our life. When you are into the serenity, you can create the serenity into the life of the other also. You can blend the west and the east. You are passionate about it because you are creating something as a combination. You are not just cut copy pasting. You are not getting yourself certified. Certification is you are doing the one thing what the Amitabh Bachchan is doing for the Subhash Ghai. You can say that, sir, he has earned a lot many money. It can be earned like that also. You have to decide. There are different gurus into the society. There was a Krishna who has fought for the purpose. There was a Dronacharya who has fought for his identity, his revenge. And then there is a Parshuram. He was saying, he was the teacher also, but he was against one cult as it is, totality. There is no good and bad into the divine. There is no sin or evil into the divine. It is into the philosophy and the righteousness only. People want to teach us as they want to get it, as we want to get it. The psychology also another subject which I read a lot. It is also something into the Indian philosophy. Whenever we get the time, we'll discuss that also. Serenity. Get your serenity right. Into the Ramayana, when the Rama get to the Shabri was speaking very high about his teacher. He was saying, into the presence of my teacher, the animals, the wild animals, they also leave their nature here. The king lion doesn't hurt the deer here. Just imagine. That is the serenity. Where the other person is also transforming into your presence. And then the next one is where you are transforming the life of the other, the Shankara, the Chaitanya. There are so many names. Before it, I was not having a single name. I was very much amazed and surprised when I move into the learning. I get so many bibliography, so many learned people into our society, so many scientists, so many psychologists, so many philosophers, then blend them. You learn a lot about it. This is my submission, the heartfelt submission to you, because then we can contribute to the world into a better manner. Let's explore. Let's explore. Thank you so very much to all. We are almost on time. Back to the Swati ma'am. And if somebody has the question, it's open to you.
Simply superb, sir. Simply superb.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Devendu, sir.
मनीष जी बहुत ही बढ़िया रहा.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Goel.
अमेजिंग सर. कभी सोचा नहीं था इतना जबरदस्त ज्ञान मिलेगा.
So kind of you.
Amazing, sir. Amazing. Vivek.
Thank you, sir.
A new perspective.
As always.
So as paradox. So really a paradox, a paradigm, actually a paradigm shift.
Thank you so very much.
Paradigm shift.
I'm humbled by your
it was really a fantastic session by you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Vikas, sir.
And sir, I would like to ask you one question.
Please.
जैसे आपने जो भी सेशन लिया उसके अंदर आपने बहुत सारी अच्छी बातें बताई जो हर एक पहलू से सही है and but people of India are listening due to the lack of education system, right? What is the real जो कोहिनूर हीरा है वो हमारे भारत देश के अंदर पड़ा है लेकिन लोग बाहर ढूंढने के लिए जाते हैं.
Thank you so much, Manish. I'm so sorry I got a call in between and you closed. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Manish. It's really motivating, and there are so many connections which are there from our Indian, the Vedas and Granthas, and all those we know little bit about it, but yes, we are actually not utilizing those informations. And this is a very quick version which you have presented in an hour. So and a very great understanding of syllogism, holism. I really like the way you have explained it with the images, that how you can start from the syllogism and how you can move on to the holism, and everything is all interconnected. So that is something you very greatly presented over here, and I'm sure that everyone agree to my this point that yes, it's very really well presented by you. Vikas has just raised the hand. Vikas, if you want to say something, you can just switch on your audio.
या मैम, सॉरी आई गॉट डिस्कनेक्टेड। मैं सर से बात करना चाहता था कि हीरा हमारे देश के अंदर पड़ा है, ठीक है, लोग उसे बाहर ढूंढ रहे हैं, और हमारी जो भी चीज़ है वो फॉरेन वाले लोग आते हैं, उसको पूरा कॉपी करते हैं, फिर वो लोग अपनी तरह से थोड़ा बहुत रिसर्च करते हैं, फिर अपने खुद के पैटर्न, अपना नाम डालते हैं, फिर अपना कोर्स में डालते हैं, करोड़ों रुपए कमा रहे हैं। और हमारे भारत पॉपुलेशन है वो उन लोगों को ज्यादा बिलीव करती है, बिकॉज इट इज टोल्ड बाय somebody who is wearing tie and suits, but they don't believe in the rishi munis, which is originally copied by our Indian culture. So अभी इन लोगों का दिमाग चेंज करना है. So what we can do?
Because sir, thank you so very much. Whatever you are saying, one thing is we have to come out of the nationalism first. If the people are coming from the Western and they are accepting the Western, let me teach to the Western. You can earn by teaching the Western what you have, but we are not teaching the Western what we have. Now with the use of the technology, and thank you to the COVID, you can connect to the world.
Exactly.
You can create your own course. You can create the thing. I have given you the names there. They all have done wonderfully into the Western.
Yes.
When the things are coming from the Western, if it is as it is, let's we start working as it is. Till the time it is not happening, let's we start as it is. We'll create our program. We'll do something here by connecting the Western also. Then the people will take you as it is. We have to start changing something. It is not about 100% to 100%. It can be changed from the 100% to 1% first, then 2%, then 3%. You start something connecting into the Indian system. Give the example from the Indian society. Give the example from the Indian business people. Give the example from the Indian philosophers and the psychologists and the scientists. People will start learning about them. And there would be a time, this is the responsibility of us as a fraternity, as a trainers group.
Exactly.
We can create so many things. It would be a part of the evolution, sir. If it has taken 800 years to be destroyed, or more than that, from the Alexander, it is 2,500 years. It will take some quality time. Are we ready to invest that quality time, which can be fulfilled by our coming generation? Then it would be a glorious country.
Right, very true, sir. But when we are giving the examples of the religious and Indian culture, people always वो ना बोलने लगते हैं कि इन ट्रेनिंग के अंदर ऐसे एग्जांपल्स नहीं देने. और व्हेन इट कम्स टू द रामायण महाभारत, द बिग ट्रेनर्स आर टेलिंग, गिविंग द एग्जांपल्स ऑफ रामायण महाभारत, एंड आल्सो दे आर टेलिंग and it is a mythology. Sir, when scientists are having the proofs.
Thank you, Vikas.
Science is having the proofs.
Vikas sir, मैं वापस आता हूँ. If you come out with the Nayan Krishnamurti into the life, if you come out with the Vivekananda into the life, if you come out with the Tata's group into the life, if you can create so many examples from the field of the business, go back into the books of the Western world, sir. You'll find so many examples they are giving from their business world. When you give the example from the Dr. Kalam, when you are giving the example from the scientist of India, the Mars, you have so many examples. When you can give the example of a P.T. Usha, the Sachin Tendulkar, the Amitabh Bachchan, the Lata Mangeshkar, so many examples into India also. But the challenge is we are not reading about them, sir. I'm trying to do it also. I was into the same place where you are today. I've taken almost 5-7 years to start doing my journey. I'm standing here, which is not even a percentage of what we have. I'm just trying a learner. I have started the journey into 5-7 years before. You can start from today.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I agree, Manish, that yes, learning starts from today. And yes, even I agree to this, that we have to convey this as a trainer fraternity should convey all these examples, but in a right manner. Instead of just promoting religion, no, religion cannot be an example, because life and the body and what we are talking about is almost same. It's only the climate and the conditions where we are living in, it varies, you know. So the examples what we are giving should be relevant to the, if you are giving it in the business sector, or if you are giving it to the employees, it has to be very, very relevant and connected, then people will accept it. So that is where I have seen that you have tried doing that in the session, that you avoided and you said that, you know, everything can be seen in a different way, so the perspective needs to be changed. And if we present it in that way, then I think people will accept it in the right manner.
Thank you, ma'am.
Is there any other question? Otherwise, we will then go for the closure of the session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you to all.
Thank you. So I think there's no other question. Thank you so much, Manish, again for the lovely session. And thank you everyone to spend this time of an hour. I think it's more than an hour. And I hope that this is a good learning for all of you. Thank you so much. That's Dr. Swati from Trainers Club signing off.